This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 2 Portmore men gunned down in St. Mary. 2 men were shot dead by gunmen in the quiet rural community of Moorhall in Islington, St. Mary on Sunday morning. Dead are 35-year-old Marvin Collins and 34-year-old Peter Finley, both of Waterford, Portmore in St. Catherine. Reports from the Port Maria police are that about 12:30 a.m., Collins and Finley boarded a motor vehicle along with 4 other persons. According to the police, when the vehicle was about to depart from Moorhall, 2 men approached its right side and opened gunfire, hitting Collins and Finley, who both occupied the front seats. According to the police, the vehicle then ran off the road. Both men received multiple gunshot wounds to the head and upper body and were taken to the hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The other occupants of the vehicle were not injured, the police stated. Investigations are ongoing. Man charged for St. Andrew gun attack. Detectives assigned to the St. Andrew South Division have arrested and charged 23-year-old Savio Barco in relation to a gun attack that left a man injured. Barco was taken into custody and was charged on Saturday with shooting with intent, assault at common law, and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. The shooting happened along Trelawney Avenue in St. Andrew on Tuesday, October 19. The police report that about 12:21 p.m., 2 men were along the roadway when they were pounced upon by Barco and another man who opened gunfire at them. 1 man escaped unhurt while the other was shot. The injured man was taken to the hospital where he was admitted. Barco, who is of Ferguson Drive, Riverton Meadows in St. Andrew, was subsequently apprehended. JDF soldiers suspected to have drowned while on diving duties. The suspected drowning of a Jamaica Defense Force diver on Friday has plunged several friends and family members of his into mourning, with several questioning the circumstances of his death. The deceased has been identified as a 32-year-old Corporal Kennard Pinnock. According to reports, Pinnock is suspected to have drowned while carrying out duties in Kingston Harbor on Friday morning. Further reports are that about 4:45 a.m., Pinnock was part of a team conducting underwater inspection of a ship in the harbor of Sir Florizel Glasspool Boulevard. During the operation, Pinnock did not resurface as anticipated, and an alarm was raised. He was subsequently recovered from the water and pronounced dead shortly after. Several persons have expressed both shock and disbelief at Pinnock's suspected drowning death, especially in light of his swimming abilities. This has left a number of social media users questioning the circumstances of his death. R.I.P. cause real youth. Only God can tell what happened. Blessings all the time, Pinnock, a relative wrote on social media website Facebook. Another Facebook user commented, "Rest in peace, my friend. You were a very humble person. My condolences to the family." But some Instagram users wanted more clarity on the suspected drowning. At JDF soldiers said, "Need to provide more information on Kennard Pinnock death. Lots of questions need answers." RIPG wrote a male Instagram user among the persons commenting on the development. Added another, "So many questions right now, and it's hard cause Kennard, you was a good swimmer. My condolences to the family and RIP my boss." In disbelief. One woman deviated from that line of commentary and simply said, "Pinnock would be missed." "You will be missed by many, Kennard. So sad when I heard this news this morning. My condolences, hon. You will be missed for your humble and kind personality," she wrote. Motorcyclist injured in Porus. A motorcyclist has been hospitalized following a 2-vehicle collision on the Porus Main Road in Manchester on Saturday. Preliminary reports are that shortly before 7 p.m., a man was driving a motorcycle on the roadway when it collided with a Toyota Hilux pickup. The injured man was rushed to the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where he was admitted in critical condition. The driver of the Hilux escaped a serious injury. We are more than pill pushers. Pharmacists still not included in COVID-19 vaccination drive. The government is yet to incorporate pharmacists into its COVID-19 vaccination drive, months after sector players qualified to administer shots indicated their willingness to participate in the exercise to boost the take-up of the jabs. Since the news highlighted the matter a few months ago, there has been no movement on the offer. Instead, the government has sought to use the plants operated by pharmacists as vaccination sites, but the requirements are so onerous that many have declined. Still, no pharmacist involved in the vaccination program, and to the best of my knowledge, only Fontana Pharmacy is being used as a site for vaccinations. Dr. Winsome Christie, president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Jamaica, told the news recently. She said that the pharmacy remained blocked by legislative hurdles, which they have been pleading with lawmakers to clear for almost a decade. Christie said that recent dialogue has suggested that the Ministry of Health and Wellness is working to get pharmacists involved, and despite the snail's pace of progress, she is hoping there will be a breakthrough soon before the island experiences its fourth COVID wave. I am not worried that it will take a long time because I have seen other legislation move swiftly, said Christie. But I want the nation to know that pharmacists are willing and ready. We have about 56 trained at the moment, and most are in the private sector. The government tends to work with those in the public sector. Audley Reed is a trained pharmacist and the executive of pharmaceutical distributors R.A. Williams. He and his sister managed the company, which was founded by their now-deceased mother. Speaking with the news team on the eve of Pharmacy Week, which runs November 21 to 27, he expressed concern that pharmacists have not been given the space to assist in the COVID-19 fight. We see ourselves as not only pharmacists in the broader profession, but in the purpose to serve as healthcare providers. We are more than just pill pushers or pill counters. We are vanguards of healthcare, and we needed to have put on our thinking caps amid the crisis to see what actions we could have taken, he told the news. We recognized that supply chains would be locked down, and so we needed to act through ingenuity and being decisive through decision-making. That's how we acted, so we could provide a consistent supply of drugs that would be needed, he explained. Although not among those trained and certified to administer shots, he expressed the interest in making this step. Whenever you have a public health crisis like this, the government must move quickly to mobilize all available options to them. The Disaster Risk Management Act was drafted and enacted in a short space of time, and one clause that could have been included under the health section was the authorization for pharmacists to administer the vaccine, he told the news, noting that pharmacists were trusted by the populace and are often the first point of call for individuals who are sick. In 2016, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said that the ministry would be looking at the Pharmacy Act to see what amendments could be made to incorporate pharmacists more into healthcare delivery to reduce the burden on the public health sector. The Public Health Act currently specifies who can administer vaccines in Jamaica, and the Section 14 notes that said the minister may make regulations for vaccinations and inoculations. However, the pharmacists have not been the only personnel not fully engaged in the vaccination drive. In October, Tufton said that more than 100 doctors in private practice would be engaged to administer COVID-19 jabs free of cost. 2 weeks later, only about 15 were engaged across the island, with the minister saying that it was hoping that more of the 150 doctors with whom they were having discussion would come on board. I am not sure exactly what is required. I just did not bother to go back because I opted initially to find out how I could help, but the requirements were too onerous, man. And when you are renting space for your own practice, you have to examine your investment, said a doctor in private practice. Among the requirements was that there be a refrigerator specifically designated for the storage of vaccines. The doctor said that it was an investment he was prepared to make. Up to Friday, Jamaica had recorded 90,630 cases of COVID-19 with 2,356 confirmed deaths. Some 341 other deaths are being investigated. Some 1,071,648 COVID-19 jabs have been administered across the island, the Health Ministry's vaccination tracker showed yesterday. Roughly 491,000 Jamaicans have been fully vaccinated. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.